Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for the month of April 2016. So this month, pretty straightforward month for you, which is nice. You start off with the Three of Spades. Definitely watch the health this month. Three of Spades, it's a warning card. It just wants you to watch your health. I think that this has been like maybe a long-term message for you as well, for Gemini. Also, watch the stress under this card. This card can just make us feel stressed out for no reason. It can even be like positive stress as well. And what I mean by that is like sometimes even when we're in super positive positions and places, we can be really stressed out, especially if we're like performing really highly, like maybe at work you're, doing a really great job, but that adds just more stress to you because you have to perform at a higher level at work. So it can indicate positive things, but just learn to balance those things out. That's what this card wants you to do. So be careful of all of that with this card. But next you have the Six of Spades, which actually kind of balances out the Three of Spades. Six of Spades is about moving forward, building momentum, learning better strategies and things like that. It has to do with building momentum in your whole entire life. If you're stressed out, then you're not building momentum. You're not moving forward, you're actually moving backwards, because stress is a killer. So, definitely watch the stress. But this is you learning new coping mechanisms and things. So for those of you that are stressed out, learning new ways to handle it, maybe meditation and things like that. But the Six of Spades also just represents things moving forward. And it might be rather slow, it can take its time, but things are moving forward. Six of Spades is great because, especially if you've been stuck somewhere, this is you finally being able to move forward in that way. Also, watch the gossip and things like that under the Six of Spades, because Six of Spades is like instant karma. You do something bad this month, it's going to come right back to you with this card. So just be aware of, talking behind people's backs and anything along those lines with that card. Next, you have the Four of Diamonds. Really great card. This can indicate more money coming into your house, coming in. And so sometimes it's not necessarily you. So, if you're married or you live with somebody or something, it could be another person in your house making more money, but it kind of indirectly maybe benefits you by taking some of the, bill burden off of you or something along those lines. But this can also represent moving. It can represent selling your house. It can represent selling something that's as expensive as a house. So maybe some of you are selling something else, but it can indicate that. It's also a good time for those of you that are like investors or have to do with real estate or anything like that. It's a really good time for anything real estate related, investing related with this card. It could also be an inheritance. Like I always say, pretty much the fours in the deck have a list like a mile long as to what they could possibly be, but there's like a million things coming at me right now. So, that's that. But it's also about stabilizing your finances, which is nice. Things finally stabilizing. Next, you have the King of Clubs. Definitely looking into the future. A lot of you could be even seeing into the future and having like a lot of ideas about like what you want to do, where you want to go, the things you want to do. So this is about planning your goals and figuring out all the little tiny steps you need to take to accomplish your goals. So the King of Clubs doesn't just set a goal to, make $1 million or to, meet the person of their dreams. He sets that goal, but then he says, okay, like what do I exactly need to do to get there? And he sets out to do those, things. But he also has very high standards for himself as well. Sometimes I think standards are more important than goals in certain way, in like a certain weird kind of way. And he sets these very high standards, which helps him reach his goal. And there's a lot to that as well, and it can be very challenging, but he wants to create a lot of habits too that go along with these standards to constantly make himself improve and get better. So a lot of you could be, it was a message that came in, so a lot of you could be thinking about all of those things. Next, you have the Seven of Diamonds. This is you having maybe fears about money and things like that, worry about money, and anything like that. So while I said it's a good time for investing, I think it's a good time for investing in like homes and things like that, again with that Four of Diamonds. But with the Seven of Diamonds, I would not do anything like stock related or anything involving speculation or gambling. I would not do under the Seven of Diamonds, because there can be a lot of issues. Like usually something's missing with the Seven of Diamonds, and that can be like a little bit of information you're missing or something that causes you to not be as successful as you might like. This card also, wants you to fill in that little bit. It wants you to gain that information. So maybe this time, this month, you're looking to get a raise. And to get that raise, you need to go and communicate. You want to turn this card into an 8. You want to insert yourself right here. So it's a great time to like go talk to your boss and be like, hey, I want to get a raise. Hey, I want to get a promotion. How do I do that? And just that simple communication could see you making more money. Same thing with like relationships. Maybe you need to talk about money in your relationship and be like, hey, we need to figure out a way to make more money. We need to figure out something to do with our money, whatever. A lot of you could be having these types of conversations under this card. So it seems like a very work-focused month, to be quite honest. Not much else coming in here, so a lot of you, could be working very hard. And sometimes also, as a side note with this card, it comes up because we're working too hard and we're not focused again on like health or our family or things like that. So just be aware of that. But looks like a good month as well. So thank you for watching and enjoy.